The Mesozoic era. A world before our own, and a world unlike our own. No humans, no mammal dominance, and a completely different botanical world. For around 160 million years, this was the age of reptiles. In this video, I will explain what there is to know about the Mesozoic era in just about 5 minutes. The Mesozoic era lasted around 186 million years, beginning about 252 million years ago as a result of the Permian-Triassic extinction, or the Great Dying, the largest mass extinction we know of, and ending 66 million years ago with another mass extinction, the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction, which wiped out all non-avian dinosaurs, pterosaurs, marine reptiles, and more. The era is split into the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods, which will each get their own videos. The Mesozoic era is often called both the Age of Reptiles and Age of Dinosaurs, and for good reason, as to say that dinosaurs merely lived in the era is an understatement. They defined the Mesozoic era. However, as diverse and plentiful as they were, dinosaurs were far from the only animals that roamed the Earth. But what was the Mesozoic world like? When the Mesozoic era began, the world looked nearly unrecognizable to our own. The reason is that all the landmasses were merged into one supercontinent known as Pangaea. It is believed that Pangaea began to break apart around 201 million years ago, as the Triassic period ended. Over the course of the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods, the world's landmasses shifted continuously, and by the end of the Mesozoic era, they had begun to resemble the continents we know today, but with their stark differences. The Mesozoic climate was generally warmer than today. Sea levels were higher and there was little to no permanent polar ice. The Triassic was dominated by a hot and dry climate, while the Jurassic was more humid following the breakup of Pangaea. Cretaceous temperatures generally remained high, and rising sea levels created vast inland seas across many continents. Even though the Mesozoic climate was mostly warm, there were several periods of climate change, volcanic activity, and environmental disruption. The Mesozoic world was one of constant change. Over the course of 186 million years, both flora and fauna had varied and evolved dramatically. For most of the Mesozoic, conifers had been the dominant terrestrial plants. In the early Cretaceous, however, flowering plants had begun to emerge, and by the end of the period, flowering plants and grasses were becoming widespread. Many animal groups first appeared or diversified in the Mesozoic, including mammals and reptiles such as pterosaurs, marine reptiles, turtles, crocodilians, and dinosaurs, including birds. Throughout the era, mammals were small and nimble, and played a relatively minor role in the Mesozoic ecosystem. In the seas, marine reptiles such as ichthyosaurs, plesiosaurs, and much later the mosasaurs ruled. Meanwhile, pterosaurs soared through the skies, evolving into large and magnificent creatures in the Cretaceous. On land, we know that dinosaurs were undoubtedly the rulers of the Mesozoic, but that wasn't actually always the case. They first appeared 230 million years ago in the late Triassic and had to compete with rival groups for dominance. The Triassic-Jurassic extinction wiped out many animal groups, giving dinosaurs an opportunity to flourish. They spread across the world, evolving and dominating ecosystems along the way. The Jurassic and Cretaceous periods were defined by the dinosaurs, but 66 million years ago, the KPG extinction wiped out about 75% of living species, including non-avian dinosaurs and many other animal groups. The Mesozoic era was 186 million years of constant change. Beginning with a mass extinction and ending with another one, the Mesozoic world looked different in each of its stages. Continents were always drifting, and many groups of plants and animals first appeared and evolved in this era. Most notable were the dinosaurs, who began as small and humble creatures and quickly dominated the world. Despite millions of years of change, one thing remained true. This was the Age of Reptiles. Stay tuned for the next 3 videos, which cover each of the periods and the unique stories they have to tell.